On Airtel Touching Lives Tonight, we meet a woman who has overcome so many odds and become an inspiration to us all. Touching lives. Coming up, we meet Precious Ginikachi that suffered a tragic accident at work.
One day I came back from work to hear that she had an accident. I said, what kind of an accident? She said, no, where she was working, that the machine cut off her hand.
I wanna touch your life. I wanna be the change. I'm gonna shine my light. I'm gonna make a difference. Touch your life. Be the change. Shine my light. And make a difference. You're the one to make the world a much better place. You're the one. Touching lives.
Precious was working at a food factory to put herself through school when the tragic accident happened. Let's take a look at her story.
Touching lives.
I moved into this place in 2001. That was when I got married. And as at that time, Precious was in secondary school. She became a very close family friend. So if I go to work and I come back, I meet her with my wife. So she was there, but one day I came back from work to hear that she had an accident. I said, what kind of an accident? She said, no, where she was working, that the machine cut off her hand.
I was working in a factory to look for money to further my education. Until one day, they asked us to go and clean the machine. The machine is off. Suddenly, the machine came up. The thing has to drag my hand and cut it off.
From what Precious told me and my friends and families, she said she worked in a factory where they produce sweet and chewing gum. That on that fateful day, the machine was off, and they were like, okay, we're cleaning up the machine. So you pack out the sweet so that we can service the machine and prepare for another day's work. Right? While she was doing that, somebody else from the factory went and switched on the machine.
When that happened, it was really painful. They have to rush me down to the hospital.
Precious is the childhood friend of mine, and I saw her before I traveled down to school, and everything was fine with her. Before I knew what was happening, my mom called me that I should come back home, and I had to come back thinking it was something little for me to now get to the hospital and see my friend lying lifeless in the bed.
And when I got there, it was a very sorry sight. I said, no, this pretty young girl without a hand, how is she going to survive?
When I woke up in the hospital bed and I found out that the arm is no longer there, I felt bad.
I can't even imagine what she was going through, because nobody prays to be in that position. Nobody ever imagined to be in such position, but what she went through, I knew she was so devastated. She was frustrated. She was depressed. She went from like 0 level to like 100, like always angry about it all. So it wasn't easy.
I told my wife, if you are here and you start crying, that means you are worsening our situation. You don't cry. As we go there, we just play with her, joke with her. So we joked, we played with her, gave a little gift for her, advised her that that is not the end of life. You can become whatever you want to be without your 2 hands. And I think she bought it from me, because when the dad came back from the hospital, the dad came to thank me at home. Say, my daughter said she was contemplating suicide. Say, but with your word of advice to her, she has cancelled the idea.
Precious having many challenges When she was discharging him, people was cursing him. She was crying and she cannot come out. I tell her she come outside. You are not the one who created yourself. God, you are the honor. God is the honor of your soul.
Emotionally, she was downcast. She was being seclusive. She don't want to miss out people. She want to sit down inside and be thinking about her life. But we said, no, you cannot be hiding. It has happened, and you cannot change it. You just have to live with it.
I saw a girl having to use her right arm to do everything, practically everything, writing, eating, doing everything, and now the right hand is chopped off. Using her left hand wasn't easy. She has to learn how to write with it, how to do everything with it. It hasn't been easy for her.
It was not really easy to start writing with your left hand. It's like you are starting from the crutch. So I have to start it. Even I myself, I pitied myself. I was even laughing at myself that, Precious, you started using your right hand to start as if you want to start something fresh again.
When it all happened, I was helping her to wash her clothes. I was helping her to get water, to help her do some things that she can't do on her own. But as the days goes by, she has been a warrior. She has been doing things on her own. Now she can fetch water, she can wash. She can do things that even me, having the two arms, I cannot be able to do, but it wasn't easy at all. Because of her deformity, to get the job is not easy for her. She has been struggling through the help of the friends and the family around her, helping her financially. She has been doing a little bit of buying and selling so far, but it's not enough. After a lot of struggle, she had a little bit of compensation from the place that she was working then before the accident happened. But that wasn't enough. It was just a peanut.
If we have challenges, because we don't have enough, even to eat or even to do some of the expenses for the house. We don't have enough.
Precious needs a job that could make her survive. Because unless she gets married, she's going to be a form of liability to the parents for a long time. So a job will help her situation.
I think of doing more than everything. I want other disabled people to look at me. I want to set an example. I want to set an example to them that being educated or you being educated, you have so many opportunities. I want to set up a business, doing a big thing, while people will come under me and work because I study business admin. So I want to focus on that particular aspect, that field, to set up business and self-employed.
I know that so far as God is alive, He must be helped. Yeah? So far as this God, who is the honor of our soul, He must be helped. I know that He must go forward. I put hope onto God, and I know that God will help her.
If Precious does not get an assistant for now, you know the mom and dad are getting old. The friends who have been assisting are also getting tired. So she's going to face a very difficult situation.
If she doesn't get assistance from people or any other person, we, the family and friends, will still try our best, but we know it's not easy for her. It's not easy for us either, but we are like her family too. We make it happen for her, but she truly needs some assistance.
I found the strength in me because I know there are many people that I'm better off. I'm very better. So most times when I see them, I look at myself, I say, no, you have to go up, you have to grow, you have to pick up yourself. So that strength is already there, which I've trained myself, I've built myself inner, that no matter what you see, you have to face it. It's a challenge in life, so I have to face it.
Precious is such an inspiration to many of us, especially those with disabilities. Please join the conversation on social media and interact with us. You'll find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Coming up after the break, I meet Precious and we see how Airtel can touch her life. Welcome back to Airtel Touching Lives. Joining me in the studio, I have Precious, her mom, Mrs. Ndubuka, and her friend, Ngozi. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
I just want to say, first of all, I mean, inspirational is, I've said it so many times, but you are a phenomenal woman. Just, seeing what you've been through and the fact that you're still standing here today and you're sharing your story with us. So really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I think the first thing I really want to know is, what was going through your mind that day when this happened? Emotionally, what were you, beyond the physical pain, what were you thinking?
A lot. One thing that first of all came to my mind was this is how it will be forever? Does it mean that I won't get married? Does it mean I won't have a child on my own? You go through a lot of trauma. So many things comes into your mind. Does it mean I can't wash? Does it mean I can't do things on my own? Does it mean I can't make my hair? Does it mean I can't wear my earrings myself? Does it mean I can't wash myself? But to God be the glory that everything will be okay and will be fine.
What was that process, adjusting to this new, life?
I have to tell myself the truth, that this has happened. You have to push on. You have to force yourself into the world and do something better for yourself. Because when you force yourself, when you give yourself that self-confidence, you try to regain yourself, you try to balance up. That was how all it started.
Mommy, when the accident happened, what was going through your mind? I know as a mother you are afraid, but what were you thinking? How were you feeling?
In fact, that when the other accident is occurring, I am not at home by then. I am at work. From my work, I just come back at home. I saw my son that standing outside crying. I called her, say, why are you here? Why are you crying? And he told me that her sister got an accident. My friends just take me immediately because by that time I hearing all this things, I didn't got myself. Then my friend got to me, that is our church member, just pick me, say, let him follow me and go see where they admit him. When I reached there, he was in a surgery house, that's where they were surgering his hands. Then when I wanted to push the door inside to enter because I want to see whether it's an alive true, or I want to see her as a mother. So as I reached, they tell me that I should wait, that it's an alive. Then after they do all those things, they're carrying her outside. Then I begin to shed tears.
Ngozi, Precious is such a strong person. I want you to just tell me about just how it feels, just watching her rebuilding her life and still being able to do all these things that she wanted to do.
Well, for my own, it wasn't easy at all. She started, she was a girl using her right hand to do everything. She grew up using her right hand, and all of a sudden, the right hand is gone. She started using her left hand, seeing her doing things that I can never imagine me, myself, I can't use my left hand doing. Seeing my friend doing that always gives me this joy and fulfillment that she has really tried. She has really tried for herself. She has been struggling, but we are happy that she has become a good woman and she's a better person.
Precious, something that is evident is you're not somebody that feels sorry for yourself. You just keep going. Where do you find the energy? Where do you find the strength?
Well, it's God. It's God because, as I said, you have to accept the truth. I always tell myself that disability comes from the mind. When you accept it, it will bring you down. But when you keep it aside, you move on. I just left it aside and said, this is not me, I'm not disabled. If I'm physically disabled, mentally, body-wise, everything about me, I'm not disabled. I have to forge on.
But were there any moments in between where you just, you don't feel so confident and you feel like, I can't keep going, this is too stressful? Were there any moments in between?
Yes, but I think it's once in my life. Once I thought of that. Once you go around, you see your mates, how they dress, some clothes you try to wear that you can't wear, you can't want to do, those are physical something which you can't do. Most times you say, God, what's all this? But we're all the same. I just have to just push on and wave those things aside. And
what are your hopes for your future?
They are big. I want to be a big businesswoman. There are people who work under me. I think a ladies' fashion trend will do something, hair making, because I like fashion. I love fashion.
We can see it on you.
I love fashion, where you make your hair, you can get new clothes. After making your hair, you can see where you get clothes, you feed your eyes, slippers, jewelries. You see something you want, because I love fashion. I love people being beautiful. Beauty is one thing on earth, because the earth itself is beautiful.
So, Mommy, I know I've asked Precious this question, but where do you think she finds her strength?
Number one, they find strength from God. And number two is their father. Their father, when their friends come to helping her when they were this accident, and their father begin to see many friends that they come and help her. He look at it and say, no, what time this thing we do at the end? He begin to advising her, to tell her when they want to do something, he told her to do this thing like this, do this thing like this. If now to wash, he said, wash like this and wash like this. From there, herself is picking up to all these things. He didn't refuse anything that their father is telling her to do.
Ngozi, what are your hopes for your friend, Precious?
A whole lot. My hopes for her are so very, very big. And I know with God and her strength, being her strength and all that, I want her to have a fulfilled life. The life that she wanted when she was able, before she had the accident. I want her to have more of what she's having now. Basically now she's into a bit of trading, buying and selling. So by His grace, we're hoping that she would have more help and our business will grow and flourish more. So those are my hopes for her, to have a fulfilled life.
Precious literally epitomizes that saying that impossibility is nothing. It just shows us how we can live and still live our full lives. You can join us on this program by logging onto our website and following the conversation on social media. You'll find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Join us after the break and see how Airtel touches Precious's life. You don't want to miss this. Welcome back to Airtel Touching Lives. We still have Precious and her family in the studio here with us. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you all for being here. But Precious, I feel like you don't know how much you're going to be helping a lot of people watching this show. People who are going through different circumstances, who want to give up, who feel like, there's nothing in life left for them. So I really want to say thank you and appreciate you coming here and sharing your story and sharing your energy with us as well.
Thank you.
And I know you have so many plans for the future, but Airtel does want to do something for you.
Okay.
So Airtel would like to rent a store for you for 2 years.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited.
I don't even know whether to talk to Ngozi first or to talk to you. How do you feel?
I'm very, very happy. Very, very happy. Happy to be happy to help other people. Happy to have the less privilege, happy to have the disabilities, happy to help anybody that is under, that's trying to struggle, happy to help them. I want to say thank you to Airtel Touching Life.
Mommy, what do you think this is going to do for her? How is this shop going to help?
In fact, I'm very grateful for all the what Airtel have done to this my girl now, because it's, let me say, is the work of God that God using them by to helping her. So I'm very grateful for the Airtel by to see her through.
Ngozi, what do you? I know you said you have so many hopes for your friend's future. What do you think this is going to do? How do you think it's going to help her?
I guess Airtel don't know what they just did. They really touched my friend in a way that it touches me too, because I've been there with her from it all. And I can't say thank you enough. But this will really change. It's a game changer for her. It's going to make her dreams will finally come true through this. And I'm happy.
It's not stopping there.
Okay.
They're going to supply it with women's clothes.
Wow!
Thank you. Thank you.
No, we haven't finished though. You need to be able to power the shop now, Abby.
Yeah.
So give you a generator as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So tell me the future you're seeing now.
It's more brighter, more brighter, more brighter. What I've not expected this year today, but I want to say thank you because the future is more brighter. I'm seeing more of it, more. There's more clear on me, very more of it.
I can't say thank you guys enough for coming on the program.
Thank you.
You know, you've inspired me. You've inspired millions of Nigerians who are watching this. And I know that there are many people out there who are going to watch you today and say, you know, they're not giving up. They're going to keep going.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a fantastic day right here at Airtel Touching Lives. And I think for me, what I've taken from Precious and her stories is about moving. Just keep going. Whatever it is you're going through, whatever it is that you're experiencing, whatever the circumstance, just keep moving and keep moving forward. Thank you, and see you next time on Airtel Touching Lives. We recently met up with the Aino family to see how they've been doing since appearing on Airtel Touching Lives. And we visit the Agbede Omolaye community, whose members are dying unnecessarily because of no access to proper medical services.
In this community, there is no health center, there is no clinic. Before we could get to access to any community clinic around, we would have lost the patient.
I want to say a very big thank you for Airtel Touching Life, for touching my life, for making it brighter. I want to say a very big thank you. Airtel Touching Life is the best.
I want to be the change.